right, y'all, Rickey, Smiley Morning Show, man. I hadn't talked about this in a long time. I'm not sure if I went into details before, man. Just a couple of parenting tips, and nobody is the perfect parenting. And I'm going to tell y'all, parenting does not come with a handbook, and we all know that. You got to try to figure it out and try to work through it. One of the things that I want to talk about this morning is giving kids more of what we had as opposed to what we did not have is probably one of the best things for raising a kid. Now, I got a 3-year-old in the house now. I thought after my kids went off to college, and everybody's going off to college and grown, and thought I had the house to myself, and I ended up with an awesome little 3-year-old in the house, Grayson, and it's a challenge at times. Now, you see the videos, and the videos be cute, and they would be swimming, and he'd be in the sink taking a bath, and blah, 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 all this stuff. But the stuff that I really don't videotape and film, in which I might start or whatever, the times of discipline and structure. Whatever, I'm not the perfect parent, and he's definitely not the perfect child, whatever, because, you got to train him. He don't know. He don't know to be quiet while you trying to make a phone call or whatever. And that's why discipline and structure come into place. I got to tell you, man, if you're a mother out there, if you're not with the father, you have an opportunity to let the father be in his life. The best thing for a mother could do for a little boy is to let him spend time with a father or any alpha male that's willing to spend time with him without undermining them or emasculating or demasculating, whichever one it is or whatever. I'm just let you know I'm kind of rough on him a little bit, and I don't talk babyish to him. And Rickey, just jump in, just hear me on this one. I kind of talk rough to him. And I'd be like, hey, sit down. Hey, be quiet. Pop's on the phone. All right? And when they get used to hearing that authoritative voice, then they're not sensitive. So if a teacher or a coach get at them about something, it don't faze them. And I thank God for my granddad. That's how my granddaddy was with me. Or whatever, and the Little League football coaches and everybody. So, when somebody cuts me out or go off now, I promise you, it does not faze me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of these kids and a lot of these young men or whatever, they just don't know how to be because they're just real sensitive. And then, don't turn yourself into a waitress. You asking your kids, well, what do you want for breakfast? Well, one wants cereal. Well, one wants grits. Well, one wants oatmeal. Well, another one wants pancakes. Now you turning yourself into a waitress. And then you just keep it simple. Whatever the hell you cook, that's what you going what the hell they gonna eat.
Come on now.
Pretty much. I don't wake up and ask no kid what they want to eat at all. They don't pay no bills or whatever. Now I figure out what they like. And every now and then, I'll make it special, but you don't get an opportunity. You save yourself a whole lot of trouble because my little 3-year-old, whatever I cook and put in front of him, you can see the videos. I put some greens and some oxtail or whatever on that plate. He gonna eat them. And period, point blank, bottom line. We're not gonna get into a discussion. And then another thing, Rickey. You got to take the word W-A-N-T out of children's vocabulary.
All day.
Take want out of kids' vocabulary. I want to go outside. I want a cookie. I want a juice. Right. You replace want with may I please. You teaching the children courtesy. And one thing I had to train my niece and my nephew, and I love them to death or whatever, but I had a niece that had a real bad with that want. I want is a demand. But may I, it teaches children humility, and it humbles them, and it teaches them they don't become entitled. Pop, may I have a cookie, please? I'm teaching them now. At 3, may I have a cookie, please? May I have a juice, please? He can't even can barely put it together, but he don't say want. And I said, you don't say want. May I have a juice? Go ahead, Rock.
And you got to get them used to saying, understanding the word no, too.
Absolutely.
And it's okay. Tell them, even if you want them to have a cookie or some juice, whatever, and it's okay for them to have it, sometimes tell them no. Mix in a couple no's every now and then so they can get used to that word, because if they cry when they hear the word no every single time, guess what's going to happen to them when they get older?
Yeah,
and all you doing is strengthening their mental and emotional well-being at the end of the day, man. That's what you got.
Absolutely right, T. And at that point, they training you.
Yep.
they training you. So, okay, if I don't get what I want, I'm going to fall out and throw a tantrum. Then I get what I want. So every time they don't get what they want, they're going to fall out and throw a tantrum.
Right, because as a parent, especially if you're in public, you don't want to be embarrassed by your child falling out throwing a tantrum.
Right, and I'm going to tell you, all mothers out here, get your kid, if the father is not willing, or if any man or whatever, and I'm going to tell you something, if a man is willing to do something and willing to help or whatever, ain't nobody going to run behind you trying to help you now. I'm going to put it out there, say, hey, if you need any help, call me. Well, I don't want to bother you. Hey, okay, I'm just saying, if you need any help, call me. If you got an uncle or a grandfather or somebody that's willing to help, take advantage of the situation and allow that man to be in that little boy's life. I got some little stuff for the little girls on another time, on the next one, but I'm dressing the little boys today. Pull their pants up. Don't be quick to go out there and get them earrings and stuff. When they get 18, let them go get whatever they want to get when they get out of your house and they grown and able to pay for it. But my thing is, if I'm paying for college, I still own you. You don't get to put nothing in your ear. You don't get to get no tattoos or whatever, because when you get to the point where you can pay for that, you can pay for your own tuition. Now, when you walk across that stage and go get your own apartment, get whatever you want, then whatever you decide to do to your ears and your body and your hair and all that stuff is your choice. But by the end, if you raise them the right way, by the end, they ain't going to want it, because they're going to feel like, well, hell, I don't need it. I went all this time without it. I don't need it. So I'm just telling y'all, man, I'm not telling you how to raise your kids, just giving you some parenting tips and some things that I have seen work over the past 30, 40 years. I got little cousins in their 30s that I done helped kind of raise a little bit. And being the oldest grandchild, I done seen a whole lot of stuff. But the discipline and the structure, and you help your little boys become men. Because you see the guys out here that's trying to date you, that want you to pay for everything, that want you to pay for dinner, that want to use your car and all that kind of stuff. If you raise them right, they won't be that guy. That guy that you be posting about on Facebook and on Instagram. If you don't want them to be that guy, then you got to raise them to be a man. And so any men out there that want to volunteer, man, I would suggest you can join Big Brothers of America program. And they got, they can set it up. You can jump, get with a kid once or twice a month and be a positive role model in their life. And once a man jump in the kid's life, you want to help mothers, do not undermine and do not emasculate or demasculate, whichever one it is. What is it? Is it emasculate or demasculate?
Emasculate.
Do not emasculate. Do not emasculate. Do not undermine him. Work with the man or whatever, if he's trying to help you with your kid, because he don't have to. All right, y'all, that's Rickey Smiley. Unleash. I got something for the girls on Friday. So if you got a little girl, you raising a girl, got some helpful tips that's going to help you out a whole lot. Gary got the tea and the clue today coming up next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.